Hello everyone, and let's reconstruct an ancient Greek altar. Hi, my name is Luna. I have an educational background in classics literature and ancient languages, and I'm a Reconstructionist, Greco-Kemetic sorceress, and pagan. This video mostly draws on information from The Ancient Greek Religion, 2nd edition, by John D. Michelson. And as we will get into, it is impossible to construct an altar exactly the way that ancient people did. So I'll be letting you know on where I may have changed things. The truth of the matter is that a modern altar combines elements of both the ancient Greek altar and the ancient Greek temple, and therefore an image of the god or goddess or their name being carved into the altar is necessary. Altars always had carved names, and temples had depictions of the deities. Today we're building ours for Aphrodite. She is Uranic, meaning she is one of the gods who dwells in the heavens. In ancient Greece, her altar would have been outside, on a raised slab stone, at about waist height as an Uranic deity. I cannot put my altar outside, so I opted for near an open window. I do not have a stone slab, but I have a table that is waist height. Primary goal with offerings is that they smell nice. That's what makes them offerings. You are meant to give things to deities that smell nice, particularly when burned. So things like herbs, incense, fruit, olive oil, honey, milk, and water were all very common as offerings. Furthermore, in the ancient world, the primary purpose of an altar was to put offerings for a specific deity. And so, altars were dedicated to specific deities at once. In the modern day, this is not as feasible, because we do not live in a society that is largely polytheistic and has shrines like this and public altars. So this is another thing we may need to change. Oftentimes I will have altars with more than one deity on them for this reason. Because the modern altar also takes the place of the temple, you may leave other iconography and overall just make the space feel hospitable to the deity in accordance with Xenia. Liquid libations are often poured directly onto the altar or on the ground near the altar. However, this is not feasible for me, so I just pour them into a bowl as I offer them to the deity. It is also important that because we want our offerings to smell nice, we do not leave them on the altar so that they may rot or get old. It is up to you how long things remain on the altar, but I must stress not allowing them to rot. And like I said, the ultimate point of an altar is to have a place to put offerings. As long as your altar is doing that, you're golden. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.